Hi everyone, it's Irit with a new process video, and today I'm using the July hip kit and playing with some paint, and I hope you'll enjoy this process. This page was really fun to do. I started with the idea that I wanted the main area of the page to be kind of like these, I don't know, patches of pattern papers, and the July kit had a lot of neutrals, so I thought that would be fun as my base, and I kind of already thought that I would add some pink, because I gotta have pink. And so I just grabbed a few of the papers and cut them into different sizes. This does require a little bit of measuring if you want to get your sizes right, but it's not too bad. I'm not a huge fan of planning and measuring and all that stuff, but yeah, sometimes I do it because it's worth it. So that's what I did here. And after I had all my pieces of pattern paper, I decided you can just glue them to your background and then put gesso, but I thought, like, I just wanted gesso on the pattern paper, and I did add a frame of gesso to the cardstock, but I wanted it kind of cleaner in the middle. So what I did is I applied gesso to the pattern papers before they were adhered to the cardstock. And my favorite way of applying gesso is with a palette knife. If you haven't tried it, I really suggest you get some palette knives. You can find really cheap plastic ones. That's what I use. I think I have one metal one, but yeah, I think I lost it somewhere in the mess that is my craft room. So I have like a couple of sets of plastic ones, and they serve me really well. What I like about it is you can get a really even thin layer of gesso, and when you use a brush to apply gesso, you should use a dry brush unless you want kind of a wash, but I never use gesso with water on my pages because it's pattern paper and it's thinner than watercolor paper, and I don't want it to warp. And actually, when you use gesso like this, I think you can see it also in the video, the paper doesn't really buckle, it doesn't warp, it stays pretty straight. I mean, the edges might curl up a bit, but that really goes away when you adhere them to your page. And I used here the Tombow glue. You can use something like the A2G, but I don't know why I chose the regular glue, and I applied the glue really close to the edges so that the papers would lie kind of flat on the background. And I'm using this lovely light blue cardstock that came in the cardstock add-on. I want to say it's July, but I mixed my June and July kits, but I think it was in the July kit and add-on kit. And yeah, I thought it would be a nice combination, this light blue and all the grays. So after I glued all my pattern papers, I decided to add some paint. That's the fun part, always for me anyway. I'm using a photo that I took in, I wish I knew how to pronounce it as beautifully as the French do. It's Avignon or something similar like that. It's a city in France, and it's a beautiful place. And so I took this photo. It's famous for the Pope's palace. Apparently, hello Wikipedia, um, the in the 14th century, um, a, there was a pope who decided that he doesn't want to go to Rome, so they built this huge, beautiful palace in Avignon, and the popes were there for almost 70 years until they, like the last one, returned to Rome. But they left this amazing palace, and it's just beautiful. And yeah, so that's the photo. And I edit, I think, almost all my photos in Photoshop Elements. And usually I just like maybe brighten them a little bit and add some contrast, but that's usually it, especially with photos of, like, from trips and stuff. If the photo is good, if it's like grainy in a restaurant, then I might start adding like filters and stuff, but other than that, I kind of do very minimal editing. But I don't know what was going on. I was feeling kind of artsy, and I started playing with the saturation and the hues and all kinds of things in Photoshop. And and the photo that came up was the palace was kind of like in this bright turquoise, and the sky were like fuchsia or magenta or whatever. And that was kind of my inspiration for the color scheme of the page. So the Dina Wakley paints really went well with that photoshopped photo. So I went with them. And I used the magenta and turquoise, which I use all the time. They're like really lovely bright colors. And I used a palette knife, and then I added a little bit of water after, but just a little bit. And again, I recommend that you try applying paint with a palette knife. It's so much fun, and you can really play with thinner and thicker layers. And if you the great thing about acrylic paint is that it's permanent once dry, so you could add more layers and create all kinds of washes, and it's really beautiful. And really, really fun. I really recommend playing with paint and palette knives. It's real fun. So that's what I did here, and I let things dry. This acrylic paint, especially if you use a thin layer, obviously, it dries really fast, so you can get on with your page. And then I just dove. Is that the past tense of diving? Sorry. I should have, besides Wikipedia, I should have my English dictionary handy. I just went into all the embellishments that came with the July kit, which was a lot because I also got the embellishment add-on. And I just built these clusters. This took quite a while. I wasn't sure. I thought about using really like all the colors, and then I decided to stay with just the grays and the turquoise. And I just built these clusters. You can see the whole process on the video. So it's what is nice about it is kind of the base of these clusters was the October afternoon die cuts. And the nice thing about them is the variety of sizes and shapes. So you can really build a cluster and get like this nice layered interesting look, because you have all these different shapes but still in the same color, which is what I love. I love tone on tone and all that stuff. And I started with that, and then I saw that great chipboard camera, which is like super cute, and I added that. I played with the thought of adding the little crazy photo also to the page, kind of, I would say, more as an embellishment than like a photo, but it just didn't work out at the end. So I used, I think, like a lot of the stuff that came in the kit, the Teresa Collins buttons and like chipboard buttons and the enamel dots, and the letter stickers I used for the title are from the June kit, and I'm slowly running out of vowels, so I think I will have to start using the other letter stickers, which are great. They're like these beautiful gold stickers that came in the July kit, but I was just, I don't know, somehow, yeah, because I've been doing a lot of pages with pinks and turquoises and light blues, then these Dear Lizzie circle thickers have been working really well with all those pages. And just a little bit about this place in the photo. The nice thing that was like for us really, really great is that the old city in Avignon is like surrounded by a wall and a river, and then there are like bridges that connect it to other parts. But right across from the river, like from the entrance, from the wall of the old city, there is a huge camping ground. And also the borders between the mobile homes are like marked with these really tall trees, and it's just great because we could camp there and then just walk to the old city and walk back, and yeah, we had a really, really lovely time. I will definitely scrap more photos, so I'll tell a little bit about that. But it was just beautiful, and that was kind of our furthest destination, and after that we kind of turned back and went home, in the direction home. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, please leave a comment, and have a great day. Bye.